Bayo. Jersey number 16, Deborah Kaba. Jersey number 17, Gracie Baziko. The coach is Mr. Coco Ade, assistant coach Ravani Wimba. And now the team of Energie BBC of Benin, jersey number 4, Fausia Abedi, jersey number 5, Andrea Ajovi, jersey number 6, Makumada Oseni, jersey number 7, Aku Afekte, jersey number 8, Erbil Beazini, jersey number 9, Jebila Olumidi Aminu, jersey number 11, Ramuzia Agaizu, jersey number 12, Nosira Ali, jersey number 13, Malika Odoni Oseni, jersey number 14, Kadibu Kolibali, jersey number 15 is not here, and the coach is Bibiso Ernest Sidero, assistant coach Tolele Basiti Trebu, and briefly, Chief Monica Nasura from Uganda, umpires Bironi Diop from Senegal, and from Mozambique, Maria Bagna. instantes teremos aqui o início da partida entre estas duas equipas, Energie BBC do Benin e C.N.S.S da República Democrática do Congo. We are on the second day of FIBA Africa Champion Cup Women's. Yesterday we have 3 games and today also 3 games. This is the second game of day 2. The 5 players which will start in each team. Energie BBC will start with Fozia Abedi, Akufa Afetse, Jemila Amino, Nosia Ali, and Aldoni Okono. C.N.S.S of Republic of Congo, Democratic of Congo, will begin the games with these 5 athletes. Katie Arnello, Marlene Gobeleza, Talita Matadi Kibeki, Deborah Kaba Mayoma, and Gracie Basiki Fufu. Good luck for all the teams.
We welcome you inside the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University in Maputo, Mozambique. It's the 2022 Africa Women's Cup Championship here, coming to you live on YouTube. My name is James Poovey. I'm thrilled to be on the call for the duration of the tournament. We got a good one for you here. It's going to be C.N.S.S from the Democratic Republic of the Congo along the western coast of Central Africa, squaring off against Energie BBC from the Republic of Benin, also located in West Africa. So both these teams traveled quite a distance to be here today and compete in the Africa Women's Cup Championship here in 2022. The starters for Energie BBC, it's going to be number 4, Tia Mayu, number 5, Jovi, number 6, Osini, and number 7, Afetse. Number 8 rounds out the starting lineup, Ben Hanzin for Energie BBC. And starting it off today for C.N.S.S, it's going to be number 5, Mablu, number 9, Longamo, number 10, Gobeleza, number 16, Maya Mona, and number 17, Maputo. We are ready for the tip-off, and Energie BBC controls the tip-off as we're underway here in game number 2, round-robin competition underway here from the Eduardo Mondlane University in Maputo. A steal taking it the other way now. C.N.S.S spotting up for a jump shot. It falls short. And that was Mablu on the attempt there for C.N.S.S. Now, Energie BBC firing away from long range. It falls short. Aminu, the captain, sending that one airborne there. And some long range attempts here to open the ball game. Now they're going to work out of the right corner. They get it inside the arc, switching hands, and a scoop shot unsuccessful there for C.N.S.S., but a nice offensive rebound and a putback there for number 16, Maya Mona. C.N.S.S. gets scoring started here in this competition. 8:56 remaining here in our first quarter. So glad you joined us here today on YouTube. My name is James Poovey, coming to you live from my home in Glendale, Arizona, here in the United States of America. Pleasure to be on the call here via Spalk Talk today. C.N.S.S. now working the perimeter. A top of the key three rims out. And that was Gobeliza on the attempt there, the 5'6", 27-year-old from the Congo. Along the baseline, it's out of bounds off of Energie BBC. As you see Coach Coco right there barking out the commands to his squad. They bring it across the midcourt line. 2-0 our score here early in the first. A whistle and a foul on the floor. And that gives us a great chance to recognize our officiating crew here today. We have Monica, B. Rain, and then a local star, according to the crowd on hand there in Maputo today, Maria joining us, a local product from Mozambique. That's our FIBA officiating crew here this afternoon. Almost losing the handle right there was Mablu. C.N.S.S. coming out in their all-blue look today. Blue shorts, blue tops, and white numbers. And then you've got Energie BBC in the all-yellow look with black numbers. One more look at the previous play. She's trying to back her down there in the paint, and she picks up the contact. That contact is courtesy of Agbazio. Up and in for the free throw. And now Energie BBC brings it across the midcourt line. Almost looked like she might have shuffled the feet there, but contact early in the possession as Coach Coco concerned a little bit about the spacing thus far here for his ball club here in this first quarter. Energie BBC works it back into play now. They're outside the arc. That is Tia Miyu. And she loses the handle, turns the basketball over. It'll be C.N.S.S. now bringing it back the other way. There you see a great look at Kitia Mablu. She brings it across half court now. She thought about a three ball. She's going to get it to the top of the key. Now they penetrate inside the arc. Back outside they go. Mablu fires away off the window. Rebounded there nicely by Maputo. And she gets a putback and a score. Correction, that was Gobeliza on the putback there. Marlene Gobeliza. And just like that, C.N.S.S. turns the ball over. And so we have a substitution now coming onto the floor here. It'll be number 8, Ervil Bahanzine, the 20-year-old from Benin. C.N.S.S. moves it up the floor now. The 2022 Africa Women's Champions Cup on the air here. Running the baseline that time for C.N.S.S. was Kim Bimby. And she comes up empty. Now here comes Energie BBC, and they lose the handle as well. Here comes C.N.S.S. Streaking down the lane right there was Maputo, but unable to connect. Energie BBC on the other end with a right-hand layup for Tia Miyu. So Tia Miyu, the 27-year-old from Benin, puts it through the well. And we will await the score bug here once again for you. Give you a scoring update here inside the venue. The pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University, the site of the 2022 Africa Women's Cup Championship. And working underneath the basket right there for C.N.S.S. was Maya Mona, the 22-year-old, 6 foot from the Congo. Timeout on the floor, so we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. 8-2 our score here, 6:19 remaining in our first quarter. We'll be right back here for more FIBA Africa Women's Champions Cup action here in Group A in just a minute.
Sortez-les de la zone là. N'allez pas sur le Mais le fil là, nous avons mon triangle de rebond. Triangle de rebond, nous avons mon triangle de rebond le fil. Hein? Triangle de rebond, nous avons le fil. Nous n'avons pas triangle de rebond le fil. Hein? Il faut bosser. Et maintenant, pourquoi elle vous presse, vous êtes incapable de sortir le ballon? Vous voyez, il n'y a pas l'éclatement. S'il y avait l'éclatement, bon, nous mettons.
Continue, mais c'est même peu au pouvoir.
Non, on joue on continue parce qu'il y a l'anticipation.
We welcome you back to the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University in Maputo, Mozambique, Africa. 2022 Africa Women's Cup Championship on the air here on YouTube. So glad you joined us today. Hit me up on Twitter. I would love to hear from you wherever in this world you are watching today's ball game from. I can be found at JP_Bcast on Twitter. On the right wing now, Energie BBC fires away off the front of the iron. C.N.S.S. now the other way with the basketball. And contact on the floor. They say it went out of bounds. A turnover now. It'll be Energie BBC regaining control here, trailing 8-2. One more look at it right here. She tries to work the baseline. And a substitution now as we see number 5, Andrea Ajovi, check into the ball game now for Energie BBC. She will spell the captain, Aminu. 8-2. The C.N.S.S. team on top here as we near the halfway point of quarter number 1. Foul on the floor. That's going to be assessed to number 5, Kitia Mablu, 21 years old, 5'5". Energie BBC now moving the ball around the horn here. Trying to find the open crease in that defense. They go airborne with it. It falls empty. Rebounded there by C.N.S.S. and up the floor in a hurry now. A fast break. Count the basket. That is Marlene Gobeliza. And the 27-year-old adding to the C.N.S.S. lead, now 10-2 here. A loose ball there for Energie BBC off of the C.N.S.S. team, and it'll stay with Energie BBC. 5:17 remaining here in our first quarter. So glad you joined us this evening on YouTube. Early afternoon there in Maputo, Mozambique, as Energie BBC fires away from distance and connects. That is Aku Afetse up and in for a triple. And now this BBC offense starting to come alive here in the second half of this first quarter. That one trickles off the front of the iron. Somehow rebounded there by C.N.S.S. and off the glass they go. A great basket for number 16, Deborah Kaba Mayamona. Energie BBC trails by 7 here, 4:30 and counting here in the first quarter. A little spinning in the paint right there. Offensive rebound corralled somehow by Benhanzi, and there's a foul on the play. So you take a look right there at C.N.S.'s Grace Basiki Maputo having a seat on the bench. Kim Bimbe also having a seat there, the 20-year-old for C.N.S.S. Benhanzine at the stripe now puts the first one through the well there for Energie BBC. Cuts the lead in half now, 12-6. The right hand rims out on the second attempt, and C.N.S.'s Gobeliza with the rebound, and down the floor in a hurry. Shiyoyo up and in for a two-point basket off the left hand. 23-year-old scores one there for C.N.S.S, her first basket of the afternoon. Stolen away there once again. This is Shiyoyo coming up empty, and now Energie BBC the other way with it. Bodies all over the floor there near midcourt. Stolen away there by the aggressive C.N.S.S. Up the floor in a hurry now. Shiyoyo somehow able to hold on to it and hold it in. Top of the key triple for Gobeliza. Off the window, and somehow the ball finds the bottom of the well. That is Kitia Mabelu. (16-6) our score, 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. A loose handle there for Energie BBC, and that was Tia Mayu trying to corral that basketball. Coach Coco looks on there for C.N.S.S. Rocking the Calvin Klein hat today. I like that look. Tia Mayu puts it back into play here for Energie BBC, excuse me. Tries to go off the glass, and she is contacted there and absorbs a foul. Agbayizo will go to the stripe now for Energie BBC. So glad you joined us here today on YouTube for the FIBA Africa Women's Champions Cup. Live from Maputo 2022. This Energie BBC team debuted in 2019. The last time this tournament was held due to pandemic restrictions throughout the world. And unfortunately, they came up winless there, but Coach Sendejo said they're going to learn from those games and come out here and really play hard here in this tournament and try to forget about that debut there in 2019 and come out here as a renewed basketball team. 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. C.N.S. now controls from the top of the key. Trying to work around the horn now. Up and in, count the basket for two. That was C.N.S.'s Shiyoyo, Deborah Watshini Siyoyo. 23 years old, 6'2" right there for C.N.S.S. A left wing triple off the back of the iron. Rebounded there by Energie's BBC. Tia Mayu with the attempt, and now C.N.S.S. strong down the floor the other way with it. And unfortunately, Michiabu losing the handle there, as you see right there, as she tried to get the power dribble underway and go up to the hoop. C.N.S.S. on top by 10 as we approach 2 minutes remaining here in our first quarter. Shuffling the feet, and a blocking foul is called there as Tia Mayu enters the paint. So that'll once again send Energie BBC to the line. And you see Tia Mayu not giving up on the play right there. That foul assessed to C.N.S.'s Ketia Mabelu. As you see Mabelu head over to the bench right there, and she'll no doubt have a chat with Coach Coco shortly. A little warm there today in Maputo, Mozambique. Let's take a look at the current weather situation. 85 degrees outside with fair skies, heading for an afternoon high of 85. Feels like 90 outside if you factor in the 58% humidity. And there you hear Coach Coco coaching up the team right there.
de ça.
Tu sais, la personne est grande de taille.
And there's a look at Coach Sindaho with his Energy BBC squad. And shout out to the camera operators there inside the pavilion for the fantastic vantage point. I'm literally in the huddle right there from 2,100 miles away. A 21-hour and 10-minute flight from Glendale, Arizona to Maputo, Mozambique. There you see a few C.N.S.S. fans right there from the Republic of the Congo. So Shiyoyo and her squad will get back to work now with Tia Mayu at the line for Energy BBC. Group A competition underway here. Both these teams in their first game of this tournament. Had one earlier for you. It was Ville de Dakar 50 and Alexandria Sporting Club 66. So the Alexandrians getting the win there by 16 in our first game of day 2 competition here in FIBA Africa Women's Champions Cup 2022. Nicely held in there by C.N.S.S. They move the ball around, working it inside. As you see, Gobelaza trying to find Michiabu underneath the basket. Coach Coco, a couple of questions on that one. Energy BBC now up the floor. They're going to pull and pop from long range. And that was Afetse. Unsuccessful there for Energy BBC. Under 2 minutes to play here in our first quarter. Coach Coco directing traffic right there. Great look at Tia Mayu, the 27-year-old from Benin. A French-speaking country along the western coast, in West Africa, the Republic of Benin, up and in for 2 now. As C.N.S.S. increasing the lead there with a basket courtesy of Cecile Nayoka. Foul on the floor, says Bahrain. There you see Coach Sindaho give me some instructions there to Tia Mayu. Afetse puts the first one through the well there for Energy BBC. One more time for Tia Mayu. The second one trickles home. And with a minute and a half remaining here in the first quarter, Energy BBC has cut the lead in half, 20-10. C.N.S.S. now under heavy pressure here from Energy BBC. They're turning up the intensity here on defense here in the end of this first quarter. They try to find it down low, stolen away there by Energy BBC, and up the floor they go with it. And just like that, C.N.S.S. returns the favor. A right wing triple. It rattles home there for number 10, Marlene Gobelaza. One more look at the 3 ball right there. And you see her popping that net from long range. Under a minute to play here in the first. Energy BBC working that perimeter now, and that one trickles home for a 3 ball. And that was Tia Mayu once again scoring there from long range. Stolen away once again by Energy BBC, and they are turning up the intensity here in this end of this first quarter. In there for a rebound and a putback. That's Agbayizo, the 20-year-old from Benin. And right now, Energy BBC is just charging at the C.N.S. team right now. Longomo was going to put it back into play there for a moment, and now she'll give way to Shiyoyo. Under 10 seconds to play here. C.N.S.S. with a last shot of our first quarter from way downtown. That is Go Bellaza, and it falls empty. Our score at the end of our first quarter here in day 2 competition in the FIBA Africa Women's Champions Cup, 23-13. 23-15, excuse me, C.N.S.S. leading Energie BBC. We'll step aside, take a short timeout, and come right back here for quarter number 2 right here on YouTube. Stay with us. We welcome you back inside the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University in Maputo, Mozambique. It's the FIBA Africa Women's Champions Cup on the air here on YouTube. So glad you joined us here today. From the southeastern coast, if you will, of Africa. C.N.S.'s Longomo will put it back into play here to begin our second quarter. C.N.S.S. having to weather the storm there a little bit at the end of the first quarter as Energie BBC now continuing that momentum, stealing the basketball and going coast to coast with it there for Energie BBC. That was a Fedse, and this team is really roaring back here in these last couple of minutes. C.N.S.S. now having to withstand the charge here by Energie BBC. And Coach Sindahu has really got these ladies turning up the tempo here. They get the rebound after the unsuccessful attempt there for C.N.S.S. Now we have a whistle on the floor. A jump ball is the call. So it will stay with Energie BBC. A little tie up there underneath the basket along the baseline. Masuaka, one of the ones involved in that tie-up down there. And there you see Coach Sindaho. .9:15 remaining here in the first half. Energie BBC puts it back into play, stolen away there by C.N.S.S. And returning the favor in a hurry is Energie BBC. And back and forth basketball here in this last 5 minutes. They try to find the cutter, stolen away there by C.N.S.S. And she thought about a three from the top of the key, did Masuaka. And there you see Chone Masuaka. Energie BBC puts it back into play here, under 9 minutes to play in the half. A 6-point deficit, running the lane uncontested, count the basket and the foul. That is Aku Afetse, the 30-year-old, getting it done there right in the paint. She took a hard hit there, but hard charge into the basket, and no hesitation right there from Afetse. One more look at it right here. She says, hey, they're not gonna guard me. I'm gonna take it all the way to the rack. Switches hands there at the last moment and caught an elbow, it looked like, right there, but she will get up under her own power, and now she'll go to the stripe here with her club trailing by 4. That one off the iron. Lane violation, so it goes over to C.N.S.S. C.N.S.S. working down the lane there. A scooping shot attempt for Ketia Mabelu. It falls empty off the underside of the iron. So with 8.5 minutes remaining here in our first half, C.N.S. will go to the stripe. It'll be Mabelu. She puts the first one home there. 24-19 our score. Ketia Mabelu, 2 for 2 on that free throw exchange right there for C.N.S.S. Energie BBC strong to the 10 once again. Turned away there by the C.N.S.S. defense. Now a left wing triple air ball there for Shiyoyo. And once again, contact on the floor. There you see Shiyoyo as Energie BBC brings it back up the floor now, trailing by 6. Essentially a 2-shot ball game here. They move it around the perimeter, fire away from downtown, and connecting once again is Aku Afetse. And she puts a left wing triple in and tickles the twine there for Energie BBC, and just like that, they're on the hunt once again offensively here. They get it down low, kick it back outside, and now a left wing triple attempt once again, too strong. Rebounded there by Mabelu. And now this is going to be Shiyoyo firing away from the left wing. Offensive rebound there for a moment for Maya Mona. And B-Rain says a foul on the floor. Once again, shout out to our FIBA officiating crew here this afternoon in Maputo. And you can see Shiyoyo over to the bench there for C.N.S.S. This will be Masuwaka at the line here for the blue team. That one a little bit short of the iron, the tired legs starting to creep in here for C.N.S.S. That one falls through right there from Masuwaka. Now checking back into the ball game here, Maya Mona. Also the debut of Grace Basike Maputo, the 21-year-old, checking into the ball game now for C.N.S.S. Energie BBC back on offense here with 7 minutes remaining in our first half. Traveling violation, says the officiating crew, and so the ball will go over to C.N.S.S. here with 7:11 remaining in our first half. So glad you joined us here today on YouTube. Make sure and hit me up on Twitter. I can be found at JP_Bcast. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's game. From the top of the key, a triple for C.N.S.S.'s Longomo. Somehow they're able to get the offensive rebound. And Mabelu puts it on the deck, and she is fouled. thought about a quick pull and pop there from the free throw line. Decided to try to dribble around the defense there. And you see Coach Coco slowly seeing this lead slip away here. It's down to 4, 26-22. Just over 6.5 remaining here in the first half. Stepping around the defense there for Energie BBC. Agbayizo, and a foul on the floor. 6:37 remaining. One more look at it right here. She's going to try to step through 2 defenders, switch hands, go up with the left, and absorb the contact. So Agbayizo will go to the line as you get a look at Coach Coco right there. Agbayizo puts the first one through the well. Second one rattles home as well there for Agbayizo. And now we've got ourselves a 2-point ball game as C.N.S.S. gets it up the floor in a hurry. And that was number 16, Maya Mona, on the score there. 28-24, 6.5 remaining here in the first half. A loose ball recovered there somehow by C.N.S.S. And now a right-hand finish at the rim for Kim Bimbe. A right wing now for Energie BBC. Osene had it there for a moment. They try to feed it inside at the right elbow. Off the front of the iron from Benhanzi. And a foul as Energie BBC's tries to get it inside the arc. Timeout on the floor, so we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. You're watching FIBA Africa Women's Championship Cup 2022 live from Maputo, Mozambique. We'll be right back with you here on YouTube in 1 minute.
Kabi Malika, Merokolofi, et de ballon d'or, et coupé au Meronawa, et moi. Meronawa, et dans ballon, nous mettons ma coupé à, et dans ce ballon d'or, on a posé bloc, il joue en espace sur Bimiton. Et tu réfléchis encore pour ça, là, on a déjà expliqué, vous êtes vu, non? Bon, mais le roi, hein? Niveau combo, hein? Faites-moi le mouvement. Le refus est trop là. Nous, Emmanuel, on a mis tout.
Welcome back to the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University in Maputo, Mozambique. Energie BBC will inbound the basketball now. 5:44 remaining here in our first half. A left corner 3 ball, nothing but nylon that time. And that was Aku Afetse connecting from long range, drawing now Energie BBC to within 3. Great inbounds pass. She sets the feet, goes to the air, and connects. C.N.S.S. now running with a little pace here. They feed it down low in the paint. Into the defense. They kick it back out at the top of the key. And burying a beautiful jump shot there for C.N.S.S. was Longomo. Energie BBC retains the handle somehow right there. Under 5 to play here in the half. Turn and shoot. And that was Oseni trying to make it happen there from the left elbow. Great offensive rebound there as well by Energie BBC. .440 and counting here in the first half. Atop of the key three. Attempted by Kim Bimby. Rebounded nicely there by Masuwaka. Pulling up at the left elbow and connecting is Longomo. Longomo now contributing here for C.N.S.S. here in the second quarter. It goes off of Energie BBC. It'll be C.N.S.S. basketball. 4:13 remaining in the first half. Turn and shoot right there for Maya Mona. Rebounded somehow by Mitsiabu. Oseni puts it back into play here for Energie BBC, and they bring it across the mid-court line, up and down with the right hand now. Oseni, the other Oseni. A left wing triple, rims out. Rebounded there by C.N.S.S. And up the floor they come. This is Ketia Mabelu. She finds a waiting teammate along the baseline. Ultimately, it's number 16, Deborah Kaba Mayamona, up and in for two. 36-27 our score. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Controlling the basketball, trying to find the offensive player down low. And that was Oseni cutting to the basket, trying to get that bounce pass from Aga Bayezo. And unfortunately, that one trickles out of bounds. It'll go over to C.N.S.S. with 3:13 remaining here in the half. Full court pressure now for Energie BBC, at least for a moment. And we have contact on the floor. Once again, shout out to our FIBA officiating crew on hand here today in Maputo. There you see Mabelu trying to make it happen there for C.N.S.S. They feed it down low. A step back off the window, gets her own offensive rebound and tries to get the putback, but unsuccessfully. It's Maya Mona. Full court pressure now applied as well by C.N.S.S. Under 3 minutes to play here in the half, and foul once again on the floor. No shortage of work here today for this officiating crew. Lots of contact in this Africa Women's Champions Cup 2022. Aku Afetse at the stripe for Energie BBC, puts the first one in the basket. Second one rattles home as well there for Afetse. 2:49 remaining here in the half as we take a look at Aminu, the captain, will return to the lineup now for Energie BBC. A right wing triple for C.N.S.S. And that was Ketia Mabelu unable to connect. And the other way with it in a hurry is Energie BBC's Agbeyezo. So the 20-year-old scoring on the other end now. A 5-point ball game, jump ball tied up underneath the basket. And a little bit of chippiness there, a little stare down. As you see the official come in there, great work separating those two before anything gets out of hand. And mutual respect right there between those two competitors. Shaking hands, and I like that. I really like that a lot. I wish they would do that over here in the States. You know what? Let's work that out right now. Let's get that thing handled and get it on, and let's play on. 2:16 remaining here in the first half, 36-31. And I was very impressed with that right there. Love to see some of that over here in the States. C.N.S.S.'s goes Beliza will inbound the basketball here with just over 2 minutes remaining in our first half. Along the baseline, they get it to number 16, Mayamona. And she puts up about a 6-foot jump shot. They try to work it inside, stolen away that time by Go Beliza. And running the other way with it is C.N.S.S, unsuccessful, somehow able to get the offensive rebound. And now a top of the key three there for Go Beliza. And Mayamona almost able to get the rebound underneath the basket, but contact on the baseline. Great hustle play. Both these teams really getting after it here in this second match of the day here in Game 2 competition. Mayamona now at the stripe here for C.N.S.S. First one off the back of the iron. Coach Coco. Second one up and in for Mayamona. A minute and a half remains here in the first half. Energie BBC now back to the top of the key with it, and a nothing but net triple courtesy of Oseni. Mahmoudov Oseni connects from downtown right there for Energie BBC. And contact there as C.N.S.'s Kim Bimby goes to the air. And there, Coach Sendaho. First one unsuccessful for Kim Bimby. Second one nearly connects, but a offensive rebound and then almost another offensive rebound there for C.N.S.S. Jump ball is the call. And so Energie BBC's Aminu, the captain, will bring it up the floor now with over a minute remaining here in the half. They go far side with it now. Off the top of the backboard. That was Agbeazo. And somehow the captain Aminu able to come up with the rebound. An air ball rebounded there by C.N.S. Up the floor in a hurry and contact as she goes to the basket. Nearly able to get that to go right there. Number 11, Morel Mbia Chiyoyo. Nice rebound there by C.N.S.S. And going right back to the air with it in a hurry is Longomo. And she might have been fouled outside the arc. The foul is going to be assessed to Mayamona. As plain as day, you could hear the official call out, number 16, blue. And now Masuwaka checks back into the ball game here. Agbaizo almost has that first one fall through, but it falls off the right-hand side of the rim. 33.8 seconds remaining here in our first half. 39-34. We got a good one for you here in game number 2. Up and in. Count the basket. A 4-point game. C.N.S.S. now with control. 30 seconds remaining here in the half. Longomo launches from long range. And then you see Kim Bembe, who was actually the shooter on that one. My mistake. Kim Bembe fires away from deep, and she is fouled. Correction, Gobeliza was the shooter on that one. My mistake. 5'6", 27 years old. Puts the first one up and in there for C.N.S.S. They lead now by 5. Second one up and true as well, as she was fouled on the three-point play. So one more shot coming up here. For Gobeliza, she buries that one as well. 42-35, a 7-point lead here for C.N.S.S. in the waning moments of half number 1. Long range 3, working the baseline, unsuccessful. Once again, a rebound there. Splitting the defense that time was Gobeliza. And she'll go to the line with 4.5 seconds remaining in the half. There you see her stepping through the defense after a hustle rebound there. The right hand is true from the stripe. And the second one up and good as well. 43-35 our score, 44-35, correction. And we have reached the end of our first half from Maputo, Mozambique, the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University, the site of the 2022 Africa Women's Champions Cup. We'll be right back here on YouTube for more second half action coming your way in about 10 minutes. Stay with us. Enjoy the first half highlights here during the break. We welcome you back to the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University in Maputo, Mozambique. C.N.S.S. on top, 44-35 here. Second game of 3 we have for you today here on the FIBA YouTube channel. Our right wing triple buried right there for Energie BBC. And that was Agbeazo connecting from long range now. 7-point ball game here, just into the third quarter of action. So glad you joined us here today on YouTube. Inside the paint, a pass down low and a foul. Mayamona on that one right there. As you see, Mayamona will have a seat on the bench there, the 6', 22-year-old from the Congo. Here comes Energie BBC now. Tiamiyu had the ball for a moment, stolen away there by C.N.S.S. Now they're going to work left to right on your screen here. And C.N.S.S. with a little hustle of her own here. Must have been a spirited, to say the least, halftime talk in there, courtesy of Coach Coco. As if you're joining us late, C.N.S.S. had control of the ball game there in the majority of the first quarter, and then as soon as quarter number 2 got started, somebody lit that fire underneath Energie BBC, and they have been charging their way back into this ball game ever since. There they move it around the horn just for a minute. 8:45 remaining here in our third. A conference at the table with our officiating crew. You see our officiating crew talking with Tanya Longomo right there. So they'll get all this worked out here momentarily. 8:45 remaining here in our third quarter. You take a look at some of those first half stats. And Energie BBC 5 for 11 from the field. 5 for 12 from three-point land and 9 of 13 on free throw attempts. And for C.N.S.S., 15 of 27 from the field in that first half, 1 of 12 from the three-point line, and 9 of 15 from the charity stripe. A foul on the play right there, non-shooting foul, so it'll be a turnover essentially. Actually, no foul, just lost the handle on that one, and it'll go back over to Energie BBC. 8:20 remaining here in our third. From the stripe, Energie BBC finally able to connect right there to draw to within 5. That was Tiamiyu on the connection there for the yellow squad. A right-hand finish at the rim for C.N.S.S. and that was Grace Basiki Maputo. A poke job right there once again for C.N.S.S. and they're trying to get themselves, extend that lead a little bit right there. A foul on the baseline. Masuwaka was working down low right there for C.N.S.S. And so that is going to send Masuwaka to the line now. 6'1", 29 years old. Chone Masuwaka puts the first one through the well there for C.N.S.S. 47-39 our score. Got a good one for you here in game number 2. Had one a little earlier for you if you missed it. Ville de Dakar 50 and Alexandria Sporting Club 66. That was the game 1 of the 3-game tilt here today in Maputo. That one trickles out of bounds. Coach Coco settling the team down there. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. So glad you joined us here today for the FIBA Africa Women's Champions Cup. Special shout out to our technical crews all over the globe making this broadcast happen for you here today. Up and down with the right hand now, it's Ketia Mabelu. At the top of the key for a triple. This is Gobeliza, and she connects from straight up downtown. One more look at it right here. A great feed, uncontested shot. Nice follow through. And with 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter, C.N.S.S. extending that lead now to 12. That foul assessed to Tia Mayu. And C.N.S.S. now will come back the other way with it. They dump it in deep and now work it outside. Offensive foul is the call. And that will be assessed to Marlene Gobeliza. And so now Energie BBC will bring it across midcourt. This is Tia Mayu once again controlling. She's going to go right down Broadway and run into the C.N.S.S. defense waiting right there for her. So she will go to the line now and shoot a pair. And Chone Masuwaka and a little disbelief there on that call. First one up and in for Tia Mayu. Coach Coco wanting his team to keep their heads here as they've extended the lead a little bit here in this beginning portion of the third quarter. Now C.N.S.S. rebounds the basketball and takes it the other way. Longamo had it for a moment, and now it's going to be Ketia Mabelu. They feed it down to a cutting Longomo along the baseline, and an assist and a basket right there for C.N.S.S. 6:15 remaining here in the third. On the right wing now for Energie BBC. Taking it to the rim is Tia Mayu, coming up empty, but a nice rebound there by Agbeazo. And Agbeazo able to get the putback along with the rebound. Making it an 11-point ball game here with under 6 to play in the third. Off the back of the iron, rebounded nicely there by Maputo. A top of the key three, too much on that one, but a offensive rebound and putback there once again for Grace Basiki Maputo. The 21-year-old doing damage there along the baseline for C.N.S.S. Extending the lead now to 13. Coach Coco swears it was off of the yellow team, but it was off of his C.N.S.S. squad. Having a little fun there with the officiating crew, and now Tia Mayu will have a seat on the bench now for Energie BBC, and a whistle on the inbound. A foul. A lot of cutters on that one right there. Couldn't tell who the infractor was on that one, but regardless, Energie BBC will go to the line here. First one rattles home for Ervil Benhansen. There you see Coach Sindaho looking on as his squad tries to mount another second quarter charge they had there against this C.N.S.S. team. A float game special right there for Adjovi, but unable to connect, and C.N.S.S. with the basketball. Coming the other way with it, Ketia Mabelu. That one out of bounds Off yellow, it looks to stay with C.N.S.S. Working the perimeter now. Now getting into the paint. Off the left elbow is Masuwaka. And then contact on the play. A little too much there, drawing the foul. 55-43 our score, 4:55 remaining in the third. One more look at the previous exchange. And really impressed with the defenses. Both these clubs really playing hard here today, as you would expect in tournament competition. But great to see him laying it all out here on day one. Count the basket for C.N.S.S. 57-43. They lead by 14. Energie BBC feeding it inside, now back outside. Almost losing the handle there for a moment. Spotting up from the right elbow, a nice offensive rebound there by Honkuno. Energie BBC now with the defensive rebound there, and they'll bring it up the floor. A left wing triple is swatted immediately by Maputo. Down the lane with authority goes Ketia Mabelu, but she comes up empty. Rebounded there by Energie BBC. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third. She tries to go to the rim with the right hand. And Afetse is stonewalled there in the middle. Ketia Mabelu among others on defense there for C.N.S.S. 3:41 to play here in the third. Group A competition here in the 2022 Africa Women's Champions Cup. A blind shot there for Energie BBC, rebounded by C.N.S.S. And now they'll settle things down here a little bit at the top of the key as Ketia Mabelu will direct traffic on this possession. Back to Mabelu. Now she's going to fire away from the right wing, an air ball. It's off of Energie BBC. It'll stay with C.N.S.S. 3:11 remaining here in the third. Longamo puts it back into play. She thought about a triple. Feeds it back inside, a little give and go, and right on time there is Grace Basiki Maputo with the assist. From Maputo. And contact there. So that'll send Energie BBC's Andrea Ajovi to the line here. 26-year-old at the stripe with 2:47 remaining in the third. That one off the backboard and off the front of the iron. One more attempt now here. That one unable to connect as well. Rebounded nicely and strongly there, I might add, by Chone Masuwaka. Right wing, Mabelu gets it over to Gobelaza. Now this is going to be Mabelu with a wide open lane to the basket, and she takes advantage. The speed on display once again there for Mabelu, and she connects, extending the lead now to 16. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. They move it around. Coming up empty is C.N.S.S, and now here comes Energie BBC the other way with it. And Jovi had it for a moment, stepping through the defense, switching hands, and connecting is Agbazio. 61-45, under 2 minutes to play in the third. Up and down with the right hand goes Ketia Mabelu. She goes cross court now to Gobeliza. Longomo now. She fires back outside, and now they're going to try a left corner triple. Unable to connect. Somehow C.N.S.S holds it in. Running to the rack there is Mabelu, but coming up empty. Rebounded nicely there by Agbeza. The ball stays with C.N.S.S, says our official, Mr. Bahrain. (61-45). A top of the key three, rims out. Rebounded by Behansen. And there's Behansen running to the rim. Trying to get that feed from her teammate, but unable to corral that one. So the foul is going to be officially assessed to Honkonu. 28-year-old from the Republic of Benin. C.N.S. now works with under a minute to play here in the third. A feed into the paint goes astray there for Michiabu. And now Energie BBC the other way with it in a hurry. Trying to move it around. Maybe should have took the shot right there along the baseline. Regardless, C.N.S.S brings it the other way. And now from the short corner, an attempt by Longamo, and then finishing the play ultimately it was Michiabu. 10 seconds to play here in the third. A right wing triple attempt. And that's the end of our third quarter. 63-45 our score. C.N.S.S on top of Energie BBC. We'll step aside for a brief timeout and come right back here for the fourth quarter of action right here on YouTube. Stay with us. We welcome you back for the fourth and final quarter here from Eduardo Mondlane University, the Pavilion, the site of the 2022 Africa Women's Champions Cup. James Poovey coming to you live here on YouTube, courtesy of Spalk Talk, as a little fadeaway beauty of a shot right there, courtesy of Aku Afetse. Now C.N.S.S. working left to right on your screen. They kick it back outside, put it back on the deck. Somehow holding on to it that time for C.N.S.S. was Shiyoyo. And in the corner, Michiabu having a little trouble there against that Energie BBC defense. And Aminu standing strong in there, the captain for Energie BBC. Coach Coco a little dismayed by that one. Regardless, it goes over to the yellow team, and they'll bring it back up the floor here just inside our fourth quarter of action. Stolen away there by C.N.S.S., and that was Grace Basiki Maputo on the steal and score right there for C.N.S.S. A little bit of a scoop shot there was turned away almost immediately by C.N.S.S. Turn and shoot. Here comes defenders for Energie BBC. They steal it away. Now they're going to go the other way with it. This is Tia Mayu. Going to the basket. Really couldn't square up on that one, unfortunately, right there. Here comes Energie BBC. Correction, that's C.N.S.S. on the charge there. Mabelu had it for a moment. They turn it over. And the yellow team once again regains possession. Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the fourth. They go far side with it now. Stepping through the defense is Aminu. Dejmalaf Adwini Olamide Aminu. Hopefully I didn't do too bad on that one there. Energie BBC with possession of the basketball now. A wide open attempt here from the the left wing for Tia Mayu, somehow able to get her own rebound there. A step back, she puts it up and falls short, does Afetse. Ball goes off of the yellow team. It'll be blue basketball. With 7:23 remaining here in the fourth. There's a great look at Tia Mayu. An excellent hustle play there along the sideline. Once again, special shout out to our production crews throughout the globe here today, helping bring you this 2022 Africa Women's Champions Cup from Maputo. Energie BBC now on the left wing. They go cross court with it. And now a right wing triple off the front of the iron. And that was Afetse once again putting it in the air. And now it's just three balls raining down everywhere here inside the pavilion. Contact on the play. Me now gets it back into play here for Energie BBC. Under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Afetse tried to go up with it, rebounded there by Ben Hazin. Goes back to Afetse. She steps through the defense. Right hand finger roll, count the basket. Beautiful job going across the paint right there. Very decisive on that one was Aku Afetse. Now from the left elbow, a little bit of pull and pop, courtesy of Grace Basiki Maputo. 67-49 now as C.N.S.S. leading by 18 here with 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Ofetse now, she's triple teamed. She goes to the window. Comes up short, rebounded there somehow by Ben Hansen, and here comes C.N.S.S. the other way with the basketball. Contact there on the right elbow, somehow gets it through, up and in, count the basket for Maya Mona, excuse me, Maya Mona. Energie BBC trying to get it in the paint. Ofetse with a blind shot there off the window. C.N.S.S. now with the rebound, and you would expect them to start slowing the pace down here a little bit. And as soon as I say that, they find a cutting Maya Mona up and into the basket, and that was Maputo in there assisting as well. Under 5 to play here in the ballgame. 71-49 our score. Tia Mayu lost the handle there, and C.N.S.S. feeds the runner down the lane, who is Maya Mona. Trying to hurry up and take advantage of that Energie BBC miscue right there. Whistles all over the place inside the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University. Ball just squirted loose right there. C.N.S.S. now going to take ultimate advantage as Maya Mona at the stripe here for the blue team. Four minutes and 40 seconds. Scoring with the clock off. The best part of basketball, according to most coaches, as that clock now runs with 4:35 remaining here in the ballgame. Once again, they try to work it inside against this C.N.S.S. defense. That one looked to be kicked away. It'll be off of Energie BBC. It'll go back over to C.N.S.S. Maya Mona puts it back into play now. And Longomo with the basketball at the top of the key. She was guarded there by Oseni. Now they work it around the perimeter, trying to find that open lane. And now a little short corner from the baseline, falls short. Hustle for the basketball, even inside 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth. A week-long tournament here in Maputo. So glad you joined us this evening for game day 2 action here. Game 2 of 3 we have for you here today on YouTube. One more coming your way here in about another hour. Our right wing triple, too strong that time for Gobeliza. C.N.S.S. corrals the loose ball. And stolen away on cue right there by Energie BBC. They try to find him along the baseline. Defense almost ran out of gas there on that one for just a moment. 3:25 remaining here in the fourth. A right wing triple falls short, rebounded there by Kimbembe. And now Longomo will direct traffic here up. 73-49, 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. And contact there near the paint as you see Longomo go down to the floor. One more look at it right here. Looks like she just tripped over one of the defenders there. Not quite sure. We have a timeout on the floor, so we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. You are watching the Africa Women's Champions Cup 2022 live from Maputo, Mozambique. We will return to fourth quarter action here in just 30 seconds.
Il faut bosser, vous ne bossez pas. Hein? Et vous ne suivez pas. Vous ne suivez pas. Le ballon est parti, elle coupe. Mais il faut suivre. Et celle qui doit être là, j'ai dit d'ouvrir. Je prends, elle veut passer, j'ouvre, elle passe. Mais vous allez coller, elle doit faire le même top avant de partir, il y a du retard. Et l'équilibre là n'y est pas. L'équilibre n'y est pas de l'autre côté. Et l'équilibre de l'autre côté, oui, gore. Hein? C'est pas bon, c'est pas bon. Allez. Pas bon. Allez, attaque là.
We welcome you back to the pavilion at Eduardo Mondlane University in Maputo, Mozambique. Game 2 of 3 we have for you here today on YouTube. The FIBA Africa Women's Champions Cup 2022. Up and down with the right hand now. Outside the arc is Ketia Mabelu. An offensive foul is the call. A little bit too much arm there, says Mr. Bahrain. C.N.S.S. now leading 73-49. Energie BBC trying to work it inside. A finger roll, unsuccessful, but a great attempt there from Agbeazo. And apparently too much contact there. A strong take, and somewhere along there in the paint she absorbed a foul. 2.5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Unsuccessful free throw attempt there. Second one rattles home for Agbeazo. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. C.N.S.S. nearly had it stolen away there. And do ultimately have it stolen away that time by Agbeazo. And Agbeazo right there shuffling the feet and traveling with the basketball, unfortunately for her squad. So with a 23-point lead, we're under 2 minutes to play here in the fourth. Tried to do a little head fake there, but too much foot action. Drawing the traveling foul. Traveling violation, I should say. Ketia Mabelu now. Had it for a moment there. She gives way to Masuaka. And Masuaka has it stolen away there by Energie BBC's number 11. And Agbeazo returning a little favor there on the other end for Energie BBC. 1.5 minutes remaining in the ballgame. Outside the arc, they work the perimeter. And now firing away from long range and going off the window. Count the basket for Kim Bembe. And other way with it in a hurry goes Energie BBC, and left-hand scoop and score Aku Afetse. And it looks like she might have absorbed a bit of contact there underneath the basket. C.N.S.S. now with just over a minute to play in the game. 1:03 to be exact. And now we're under a minute. We have a kicked ball. It goes off of Energy BBC. It'll be C.N.S.S. basketball. We have a timeout on the floor. So with 57 seconds remaining here in the contest, correction, that's the timeout clock there. 76-54 our score. We'll step aside, take a brief timeout, and come right back here for the conclusion of our fourth and final quarter from Maputo.
Les gars, on a encore un quatrième panier à 3 points. C'est pas bon. Maintenant, on prend tout terrain. Arrivé en attaque là, on pose des blocs et on prend des tirs. Il ne reste plus beaucoup. Sur les 2 attaques qui restent, on prend au moins des tirs.
We welcome you back to Maputo, Mozambique. If I had only taken French class there, I could have broke down that timeout conversation between Coach Sendaho and his squad. 58.5 seconds remaining here in the fourth, 76-54 our score. Stay with us for the next 5 days. We got more competition coming your way right here from Maputo. Almost a loose ball situation there for Energy BBC. You have a whistle as the ball goes out of bounds. It looks like a turnover there, and Coach Coco pleased with that. His C.N.S.S. squad up 22 now. Ade Coco. C.N.S.S. on what could be the last possession of the game. .1 seconds remaining as the clock stops. And you see the two opponents working things out right there. Getting some clarification from our officiating crew. They dab it up and we play on. Energy BBC inbounds the basketball. C.N.S.S. immediately intercepting the inbound. And now contact on the floor, 15.2 seconds remaining. At the stripe now for C.N.S.S., it's Christine Bombo Michiabu. 6'3", 28 years old from the Congo. Second attempt off the glass, count the basket. Energy BBC now, 10 seconds remaining here in the ball game. They're going to take one more charge at it. And now they're just going to hold on to the basketball now. And that's how this one will end. Congratulations to Coach Ade Coco and the C.N.S.S. team. They get the win here today, 77-54 over Energy BBC. Thanks for joining us again here on the FIBA YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed the ball game. Stay with us, one more to come here in our triple header here today from Maputo, Mozambique. Once again, we'll be back on the air tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. Mountain Time here in the United States of America. That'll be 1 p.m. local time there in Maputo, Mozambique. Everybody have a great rest of your Saturday. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast today. I certainly enjoyed bringing it to you here on YouTube. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Pois bem, Início, estou mesmo com a Marianne, foi uma das jogadoras que destacou-se neste duelo. Salut madame, quelle est votre appréciation de cette joueur?
Salut, je m'appelle Marlène, je suis le leader de C.N.S.S, on vient du Congo.
Quelle est votre appréciation de cette joueur?
Donc, le match était difficile, première, deuxième quart-temps. Après, on s'est amélioré, on a pu faire ce qu'on pouvait faire.
Pour les joueurs de demain?
Non, demain on ne joue pas, on joue le lundi, on va préparer le pronostic après le match.
Quel est votre objectif en cette compétition?
L'objectif, c'est toujours de gagner. On doit gagner le match qui va venir là. Notre objectif, on doit arriver jusqu'au bout. Malgré tout, on avait perdu hier. On fait de nos mieux pour gagner le match prochain.
Merci, Marianne. Ficam as palavras de Marianne, uma das jogadoras desta formação do C.N.S.S do Congo. Acaba aqui por referir que a sua equipa acaba por levar a melhor, está satisfeita com aquilo que foi o desempenho, a acabar por terminar cá agora, vai se preparar para o próximo jogo. O objetivo continua a ser a qualificação. Início, vou pedir que me deixe cobertura enquanto vou procurar chegar à conversa com a equipa do Energie do Benin.